Shiryo. On the death of Nomoto Yajiemon, a daikwan in the province of Ikizen, his clerks entered into a conspiracy to defraud the family of their late master. Under pretext of paying some of the daikwan's debts, they took possession of all the money, valuables, and furniture in his house, and they furthermore prepared a false report to make it appear that he had unlawfully contracted obligations exceeding the worth of his estate. This false report they sent to the Saisho, and the Saisho thereupon issued a decree banishing the widow and the children of Nomoto from the province of Ikizen. For in those times the family of a daikwan were held in part responsible, even after his death, for any malfeasance proved against him. But at the moment when the order of banishment was officially announced to the widow of Nomoto, a strange thing happened to a maidservant in the house. She was seized with convulsions and shudderings, like a person possessed. And when the convulsions passed, she rose up and cried out to the officers of the Saisho and to the clerks of her late master, "Now listen to me. It is not a girl who is speaking to you. It is I, Yajiemon, Nomoto Yajiemon, returned to you from the dead. In grief and great anger do I return. Grief and anger caused me by those in whom I vainly put my trust. O you infamous and ungrateful clerks, how could you so forget the favors bestowed upon you, as thus to ruin my property and to disgrace my name? Here now, in my presence, let the accounts of my office and of my house be made, and let a servant be sent for the books of the Metsuke, so that the estimates may be compared." As the maid uttered these words, all present were filled with astonishment, for her voice and her manner were the voice and the manner of Nomoto Yajiemon. The guilty clerks turned pale, but the representatives of the Saisho at once commanded that the desire expressed by the girl should be fully granted. All the account books of the office were promptly placed before her, and the books of the Metsuke were brought in, and she began the reckoning. Without making a single error, she went through all the accounts, writing down the totals and correcting every false entry. And her writing, as she wrote, was seen to be the very writing of Nomoto Yajiemon. Now this re-examination of the accounts not only proved that there had been no indebtedness, but also showed that there had been a surplus in the office treasury at the time of the daikwan's death. Thus the villainy of the clerks became manifest. And when all the accounts had been made up, the girl said, speaking in the very voice of Nomoto Yajiemon, "Now everything is finished, and I can do nothing further in the matter. So I shall go back to the place from which I came." Then she lay down and instantly fell asleep, and she slept like a dead person during 2 days and 2 nights. For great weariness and deep sleep fall upon the possessed, when the possessing spirit passes from them. When she again awoke, her voice and her manner were the voice and the manner of a young girl, and neither at that time nor at any time after could she remember what had happened while she was possessed by the ghost or Nomoto Yajiemon. A report of this event was promptly sent to the Saisho, and the Saisho, in consequence, not only revoked the order of banishment, but made large gifts to the family of the daikwan. Later on, various posthumous honors were conferred upon Nomoto Yajiemon, and for many subsequent years, his house was favored by the government, so that it prospered greatly. But the clerks received the punishment which they deserved. Footnote 1. The term Shiryō, dead ghost, that is to say, the ghost of a dead person, is used in contradistinction to the term ukiyo-e, signifying the apparition of a living person. Ukiyo-e is a more generic name for ghosts of any sort. Footnote 2. A daikwan unscore was a district governor under the direct control of the shogunate. His functions were both civil and judicial. Footnote 3. The Haiso was a high official of the shogunate, with duties corresponding to those of a prime minister. Footnote 4. The Usgore Metsuke Dusgore was a government official charged with the duty of keeping watch over the conduct of local governors or district judges, and of inspecting